Good day, it's time for another tag video here on Drew's Book Reviews. So this is a tag that I was actually tagged by Andrew's Wizardly Reads. So we are doing today the Bar and the Bookcase book tag. So if you're interested in seeing what I have to say on this tag, stay tuned, that is coming right up. Okay, well, first off, I just want to say thank you to Andrew's Wizardly Reads for tagging me in this video. He is actually one of my patrons, so he tagged me, so I thought I better do this video since he tagged me and he's a patron, so thank you for that. But in any case, the Bar and the Bookcase tag. So let's get right into it. And of course, I will link Andrew's Wizardly Reads channel below for you to check out as well. First prompt, old-fashioned historical fiction recommendation. Not really into reading much old-fashioned historical books, so I haven't really read much in that. I did read one by Ken Follett, The Pillars of the Earth, about the building of a monastery in medieval England. That book itself was an okay read. I definitely wouldn't put it up there amongst my favorite reads. It's not really my genre though. A lot of people seem to really enjoy that type of book. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was great. Not one of my favorites, but if you like kind of that historical fiction drama type book, then, you know, The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett is one that you can check out for sure. All right, next prompt, sidecar. Book with a strong supporting character. I would have to go with an entire book series on this one, honestly, which I would say The Sword of Truth, where Kaelin Amnell is a fantastic supporting character to our main character, Richard the War Wizard. So yeah, Kaelin Amnell, great supporting character from the Sword of Truth series, as well as Kara. Kara is another great supporting character from the Sword of Truth series that I thought was a fantastic and strong supporting character throughout the series. Okay, Manhattan book set in New York. Can't really think of any off the top of my head that are specifically set in New York, although I have read the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. They do have like Camp Half-Blood, I think, is in New York State. I might be wrong, but I think that's in New York State. But yeah, it's probably the only one I could really think of off the top of my head that is specifically set in New York City, as most of the books I read are science fiction and fantasy, so they don't really typically take place on Earth. But that one I do believe is set in New York, at least Camp Half-Blood is in New York State. I'm pretty sure, if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will tell me below, but I'm pretty sure it's New York. All right, Bloody Mary, book that scared you or messed you up. Well, I don't usually read horror, but I can tell you that after reading, there are some books that I've read that after reading, I actually remember having nightmares. Dracula was one of them. And I never thought that would happen. Like, it's just not that kind of thing. But I remember waking up after reading Dracula in the middle of the night and just kind of a sudden startled awake type scenario. So I guess you could say Dracula would be it there. And I guess Dracula had a bigger impact on me than I ever anticipated. That's really kind of the only one that I could think of that really kind of scared me. But also with the Sword of Truth, I remember Dreamwalker or Emperor Jagang. I've had dreams whereas being like possessed by the Dreamwalker and being taken control over the Shuntuk undead warriors from Terry Goodkind's world. So I guess there's a few where I've kind of had these kind of bad dreams after reading them. But I think that kind of makes for good writing where, you know, you realize that, oh my gosh, you're going to be eaten alive. When you start having dreams about the stuff you're reading like that, I think that makes for good writing. All right, Espresso Martini, book that kept you reading into the night. I don't actually typically read at night, that's the thing. But I can tell you there are lots of books that I didn't want to put down before I had to go to work and things like that. That has happened on so many different occasions. I used to read at night, but now I read mostly in the mornings, and I've done that for so many years now. I don't even remember the last time I read a book at night, but I can tell you that Stormlight Archive is certainly one that wanted to keep me reading. Anything by Jim Butcher really is wanted to keep me reading and not put the book down. Things like that. Fabric of the Cosmos recently by Brian Greene. I didn't want to put that down. I had to go to work, but I didn't want to put it down. And I was so close to being finished, and I just wanted to keep reading. Like, there's so many books that just captivate me and make me want to keep going and keep reading. That it's hard to pick just one, honestly, as far as books that made me not want to put them down. Zarak, book that left you disorientated. Malazan, Book of the Fallen. That one's easy. Malazan, all three of them so far. Gardens of the Moon, Dead House Gates, Memory of the Vice. I still don't know what's really going on in this world. I'm so lost and confused. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. It's a fantastic world. Like, it's strange because I'm enjoying my read of it, but I'm so lost, disoriented, confused. I don't know what's going on with Malazan, Book of the Fallen. It's weird. It's so messed up. So, Malazan, there you go. Malazan, Book of the Fallen. All right, Long Island Iced Tea. Book that is doing too much. Book that's doing too much. Book that is doing too much. That's a tough one. Because some books, I don't really find in a lot of cases that a book is trying too hard to do too much. And I don't want to say the same books twice, but honestly, Malazan is the only one I could think of that has so much going on that perhaps we could do with a little bit less going on. Maybe it might make it easier to follow. So I could go with Malazan, Book of the Fallen, I guess, is the books that are doing too much. And I didn't really want to do two of the same book, but there you have it. Malazan, Book of the Fallen, that is definitely doing too much, I think. And it can be cut back a bit at the very least and kind of make things a little bit easier to follow if we were to do that. All right, book with a love triangle. I would absolutely say The Wheel of Time with Rand, Elaine, Aviendha. They have this triangle thing going on. Now, Min is involved there as well, but it seems to be, from my perspective at least, mostly Aviendha and Elaine. They are the ones that have been with Rand for the most part. And of course, Elaine and Aviendha being like these first sisters who love Rand equally. So that's the most love triangle thing going on there that I found within those books. So that would definitely, love triangle, Wheel of Time, Rand, definitely that would qualify. Bay Breeze, book with a light, heartwarming vibes. I'm gonna just go with Hitchhiker's Guide because it's funny, it's hilarious, it's light. And, you know, every time I think of Hitchhiker's Guide, definitely it brings to mind things, or it brings kind of that heartwarming feeling because I love that series so much. Definitely Hitchhiker's Guide. If you're looking for a lighthearted, fun, entertaining read that's just gonna make you happy and put a smile on your face, absolutely, I would recommend Hitchhiker's Guide for that. In a heartbeat, as far as a light, breezy book, easy to get through, quick and easy read, Hitchhiker's Guide all the way for that. You bet. All right, Dark and Stormy, book that's dark, thrilling, and menacing. Well, if we're looking for dark, thrilling, and menacing, we have to go with the demon cycle. I mean, just the idea of this world where demons come out at night to hunt and devour mankind, and it's this constant battle between demons and man. That is dark and menacing in and of itself, and just, ooh, brings shivers to your spine. That is something that I would definitely say would be dark and menacing, absolutely, in a heartbeat. I would go with the demon cycle on that one. Just, I mean, demon cycle, it just works. It's dark, it's menacing, and it's just a really great read all around. So, I mean, especially if you like, you know, that idea of demons hunting people in the night, coming out from the depths of hell and having to descend into hell in order to save humanity from these demons, and having to devour demons to make them part of yourself and your soul in order to gain the necessary powers. It's right full of symbology and darkness, thematic elements. Demon Cycle by Peter V. Brett. It's one that I'm definitely going to be going back and rereading at some point, but in terms of dark and menacing, that is definitely one that I would say fits that dark, menacing ideology right there. Demon Cycle all the way. And Martini classic recommendations. Well, there are a few that I would definitely put on the classic recommendations shelf or ideas. there. You know, things like Animal Farm or Brave New World by Aldous Huxley is another one that I'd absolutely put onto the classic recommendations section of that as well. So there's definitely a lot of really great classics out there, and you know, it's hard to just pinpoint one recommendation on that because there's so many that you could choose from. And you know, all around there are so many great books out there and so many things that we can take a look at as far as classics, recommendations, good reads, and so many different genres across the board. Edgar Allan Poe is another example of that. He could probably fit the dark and menacing option as well. But Edgar Allan Poe is a classic. It's one I'm actually going through this year. I'm going through the Year of the Poe on this channel, where every month I'm posting some video about Edgar Allan Poe and some of his stories. So in terms of classics or recommendations, that's definitely where I would look at going to with that option there. So, you know, yeah, go for it. Any of those would be a great option for you. And, you know, so there you have it. There is on the Bookcase book tag. You know, let me know what your thoughts are on some of these books that I've mentioned. Have you read them? Let me know what your answers to some of these questions below are. Let me know down in the comments. And, you know, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you liked this video, as I've been having fun doing this and doing these videos as well. You can definitely follow me on Instagram. You want to join the discussion over in Discord? Hit that Discord link I've got noted down below. I'll have Instagram link below, as well as Andrew's Wizardly Reads channel. In terms of who I'm going to tag, I don't know. I never know who to tag in this stuff. How's this? If you want to be tagged, you're tagged. Go and do the video. Have fun with it, just as I'm having fun with this right now. So yeah, join me in Discord. Follow me on Instagram if you want to join me over on Patreon as well. I've got a Patreon set up. You can check that out. Go join me over on Patreon. Get some patron perks that you can check out down there. And, you know, as always, thank you so much for watching, you know, and, you know, do appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Until then, keep on reading. Bye.